We're not in England anymore, but I had so many realizations while I was away, just thinking about the change from America to England. And one interesting fact is that I'm actually British. My grandmother was British, and I did grow up drinking tea instead of coffee and little things like that. I took all this amazing footage of England, and it genuinely is one of the most beautiful places in the world. Like, okay, don't quote me on that. Not like London, to be honest, is not maybe my favorite, but it used to be my favorite city. But the countryside parts of England are just so peaceful and quiet and stunning and so calm. Like, I really appreciate now, like, just having so many moments of calm in my life. One thing that's definitely different than American life is that in general, my experience with like being in the English countryside is that English life is so much slower than American. London is super busy, but then when you go out to the outskirts of England, it's so calm and chill. And what was interesting was that I really realized how much I struggle to slow down sometimes. I feel like just growing up in America and like working in New York and just feeling like everything was so intense and go, go, go and nonstop. And it was a bit of like the push energy versus pull energy. So push is a bit more like using your fight or flight resources, like being a bit more intense, whereas pull is a bit more like there's a mission and a goal and you're driven towards it and you can work for hours and you still have so much energy left. It's very insightful for me to go to the countryside and really just calm down and have like such a slower life. It was so interesting. Like when things slow down, I struggle to be patient. I have like no patience, and that's not my best quality. When life around me is quick, I'm like with it. It's so exciting to me. But when things kind of slow down, I don't know how to slow down with it. And it takes me about like a week to just get into the whole vibe of like, oh, life here is slower. And honestly, I think it took me almost 2 weeks to slow down. But what it does do, being in the countryside and just being in England and having like a slower life, shows me like how much I really appreciate the little things and like the small things in life. It's just really nice sometimes to have like time to chill. And I struggle to chill. I know this. When I moved to Paris, my goal was to learn how to chill. And I'm also French, so my grandpa was French. And my family definitely took some French cultural things into my life. Even when I moved there, like I really struggled to just calm down. And I basically was there to just like do nothing for a few months and just take a break. And then I ended up having a fully booked schedule. Literally, I was up at 6 a.m. and like going to bed at midnight for like weeks. And I'm like, wait, hold up. My whole calendar was booked out, like color coded and booked out and everything. And I feel that maybe this chapter of my life is a bit of like slowing down to kind of like ramp up again, but in a different direction. So I think I was sort of like coming down from the intensity and the high of like being in New York and like just nonstop having plans like the entire week. The only time I didn't have plans was like on Sunday nights and maybe a Monday. But other than that, there was always something like Tuesday to Saturday, just like a networking event, like this charity event or this thing I wanted to see, or maybe I like took myself to the museum or something. Like there was always something going on. I moved where I am now because I wanted to calm down, and I thought I was calm. And then I went to England and basically realized that I still am not calm. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm in the UK for a few weeks,